All right, today we're talking about something pretty amazing. A way to protect your vision that's, well, it's surprisingly simple. In fact, it costs you absolutely nothing. You already do it every single day, and it goes after one of the sneakiest threats to your eyes. So let's get right into it. Okay, I know that sounds super dramatic, right? But honestly, it cuts right to the heart of what we're talking about. The research we're digging into today really paints this as a battle for your own biology. And the stakes? Well, they don't get much higher than your own eyesight.
So, every good story needs a villain, right? Let's meet the antagonist of ours. The official name is glaucoma, but to really get what we're up against, we're going to use its other, much more fitting name, the silent thief.
And this is such a powerful way to think about it. I mean, think about our lives today. So many of us are sitting for hours and hours. And when we do that, we're basically letting a biological dam build up right inside our heads. All that inactivity lets the fluid in our eyes just sit there. It stagnates, and the pressure starts to build, just like water pushing against a dam. So here's the official breakdown. Glaucoma is exactly that, a buildup of that internal eye fluid. And here's the scary part. You don't feel it. There's no pain, usually no early symptoms at all. That's exactly why they call it the silent thief. It just quietly, slowly cranks up the pressure until it starts crushing the delicate optic nerve. You know, the one that literally connects your eye to your brain. Okay, so that's the problem. And yeah, it's pretty serious. But what's so incredible about this whole thing is that the solution isn't some crazy expensive drug or complicated surgery. Nope, it's actually a secret weapon you've literally had your entire life. I mean, when you think about walking, what comes to mind? Your heart, right? Maybe losing a few pounds. And yeah, it's great for all that. But here's the big secret. Walking has another hidden job. It's a secondary pump for your eyes. That's right, when you get your legs moving, they're actually helping to regulate that very same fluid we were just talking about. And look, we're not just talking about a casual, aimless stroll here. The research lays out a very specific strategy. They call it the ocular release protocol. And its one and only goal is to use targeted, focused movement to bring that dangerous pressure inside your eyes back down to where it should be. So you're probably wondering, how on earth does something as simple as walking do all this? How can moving your legs possibly affect the super delicate system inside your eyes? Well, let's break down the actual mechanism. Okay, here's how that secondary pump really works. First, the simple rhythmic movement of walking helps manage the fluid in your eye. The technical term is aqueous humor. Now, what's cool is that unlike some really intense workouts that can actually spike your eye pressure, walking stabilizes it. Plus, that gentle motion boosts blood flow and nutrients to the optic nerve. It's basically like hitting a hard reset button to stop that fluid from just sitting around. I love this quote. It's such a perfect picture of the problem. Think about it. When you're just sitting there staring at a screen for hours, you don't blink as much. Your built-in windshield wipers basically just stop working. The fluid isn't moving around like it should. It stagnates. But walking, it forces that whole system to wake up and start clearing everything out again. All right, so we get the why now. Let's get to the how. The whole protocol is built around a super simple, easy to remember formula that seriously anyone can follow. And here it is. It's called the FIT formula. FIT. That stands for frequency, intensity, and time. So first up is frequency. This has to be a regular thing. The research shows the benefits can actually start to disappear after just 2 weeks of being inactive. Next is intensity. You're not trying to run a marathon here. The sweet spot is what they call the talk test zone. Think a brisk walk, like 2 to 3 miles per hour, where you could chat, but maybe only in short sentences. And last, time. 30 minutes. That seems to be the magic number, the threshold where all these positive biological shifts really start to kick in. Okay, so the big question, does this stuff actually work? And what are the rules of the road? In this last part, we're going to look at the proof, the actual data. And this is super important. We're also going to cover the precautions you absolutely need to know about. Get ready for this number. This is the big one. In one key study, patients who were pretty sedentary and then started this walking protocol saw their eye pressure drop by an average of 20%. 20 in just 3 months. I mean, that is a massive impact from just walking more. And it doesn't stop there. Newer research adds another piece to the puzzle. This chart makes it really clear. There's a direct link. Glaucoma patients who managed to get in over 10,000 steps a day had way healthier blood flow to their optic disc. It's really that simple. More steps equals better circulation where it counts. Okay, everybody, lean in for this one. This might be the most important thing we say today. This walking protocol is a supplement. It is not a replacement for medical treatment. You have to always follow your doctor's advice and whatever treatments they've prescribed. And if you have certain conditions, especially something like pigmentary glaucoma, you absolutely must talk to your doctor before you start, because for some people, certain exercises can actually do more harm than good. Please be smart about this.
And that really brings us to the beauty of this whole thing. So many health solutions require a prescription, a ton of money, or a fancy gym membership. Not this one. This is free, it's effective, and best of all, it is 100% within your control. It's something you have the power to do for yourself, like right now, today.
So there you have it. You've seen the threat, you understand how the solution works, and you have the exact plan. It all boils down to one simple question, really. You have the info, you have the formula. All that's left to do is lace up your shoes and literally walk away from that silent thief. So, will you take that first step?